What's up, guys? So Nvidia finally listened to the consumers that were complaining about the RTX 3080 and 3090 launch, being that there was zero stock for the most part available to actual consumers. Probably cards in like the thousands being on the actual market. So pretty much all retailers going from either coming soon or notify me to sold out instantaneously or within minutes. For a lot of people, it was one click of the refresh button and the cards were gone. So the 3070 was supposed to launch on October 15th. It's really the card that's gonna sort of open the door for RTX 3000 series cards for a lot of gamers, being that it's priced at $500 and it has 2080 Ti level performance, if not better than the 2080 Ti, and a bunch of different titles, as you can see on the screen. So, I mean, it's a insane performance for the price compared to a 2080 Ti being almost $1,200 to $1,300 in the last launch from Nvidia. This thing coming in at $500 for that kind of performance is just insane price to performance. But of course, they finally heeded some criticism from consumers as well as the media that has sort of been pushing them to both comment on previous stock issues with the 3080 and 3090 and sort of what the plan is for the 3070. So earlier this morning, Nvidia announced that they will be pushing back the 3070 launch from the 15th to the 29th of October. And that date is extremely interesting, being that AMD is announcing its RX6000 series cards on October 28th. So releasing the RTX 3070 the day after AMD announces the RX6000 series chips, honestly kind of surprising. Either Nvidia is so confident that AMD's products are just not going to live up to the RTX 3070, both the 6900 XT and the 6800 XT that are supposed to launch, and they're just going to let consumers see that release and go out and buy the RTX 3070 the next day because it just didn't live up to the hype. So that's one way to look at it. And of course, there's a couple other ways to look at it. Maybe they have some insight that AMD is just not going to be able to launch those cards soon after the release date, and being able to launch the day after with the 3070, a lot of gamers are going to want to just get a card in their hands and they're not going to be really worried about a slight increase or decrease in performance from AMD. So that is one option as well. And the other option is that Nvidia just owns the entire pretty much GPU market, and customers are going to flock to Nvidia, especially with these price reductions. I mean, they've lost a little bit of support from consumers with how badly they've handled these launches with the RTX 3080 and 3090, but they're still they're the premier, they're the top end GPUs when it comes to gaming. So people are going to flock to them no matter what. So when they release an RTX 3070 with 2080 Ti level performance for $500, people are going to buy it no matter what, whether AMD comes out with an insanely good card or not. They're still going to buy the RTX 3070. But let's take a look at what we're expecting from AMD compared to what we know we're getting with the RTX 3070. So the RTX 3070 has 6,000 CUDA cores, a 1.5 gigahertz base clock, 8 gigs of GDDR6 VRAM, and a 256-bit memory bandwidth. So really a little bit of a step down from the RTX 3080 in terms of some of the features. Of course, we're not getting GDDR6X memory as we are with the RTX 3080 and 3090, so slightly lower memory bandwidth and slightly lower memory capacity as well, but extremely competitive for a $500 card, way more than most consumers were probably expecting with this release at the $500 price point. And the real competitor to that card, and even possibly the RTX 3080, is going to be the RX6900 XT from AMD, supposedly going to be priced between $550 and $600. So either they're going to undercut Nvidia at the RTX 3080 or slightly outperform Nvidia with the RTX 3070 and be able to charge a slight premium over that card. So the 6900 XT is supposed to have around 5,000 processing units, a base clock, again 1.5 gigahertz, and 16 gigabytes of GDDR6 memory and the same memory bandwidth. So you're getting double the VRAM as you are with the RTX 3070, slightly similar performance in terms of like processing count as well as our base clock and boost clock. But that 16 gigs of VRAM will last you no matter what games really come out with in the future, or if you're doing some other tasks like rendering or video editing, you really want that extra VRAM. 8 gigs is perfect for right now. You're pretty much never going to saturate that with any games, but if you are performing some other workflows like video editing or rendering, you're probably going to want that extra memory capacity. And of course, there's plenty of differences between the AMD and Nvidia suite of both drivers, overall architecture, things of that nature. So of course, with Nvidia, you're getting NVENC, you're getting DLSS, you're getting Nvidia Broadcast, you're getting Nvidia Reflex, you're getting all these opportunities from the software side of things, from the driver side of things. You're getting a lot of additional features from a software side, not necessarily a performance side of things, but there's a lot of added benefits going with an Nvidia card over an AMD card. But AMD is probably working on features that probably aren't exact to those Nvidia features, but similar, offer content creators some other software related features that they might be missing if they switched over from Nvidia to AMD. So the release of the RX6000 series cards is going to be huge in terms of just those couple days, the 28th and the 29th of October. We're really going to see if the performance gains that AMD has sort of been promising with the RX6000 series cards will live up to the hype and give Nvidia a run for their money when it comes to the RTX 3070, 3080 tier that they're currently trying to compete in. So yeah, if AMD blows us out of the water from a consumer's point of view, but I'm sure the RTX 3070 is going to sell out as well, just like the 3080 and the 3090. It'll probably sell out in 5 or 10 minutes. Demand is going to be higher for the 3070 than it was for those first two launches. So no matter how much extra stock they get out of 2 weeks of production, probably not going to be enough to cope with the amount of demand for those cards. But we'll really have to see what AMD gives us on the 28th to see what happens on the 29th. So really looking forward to the last couple days in October, and I hope you guys are as well. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, any comments about the RTX 3070 or the next gen RX6000 card from AMD, be sure to leave those in the comments below. Talk amongst yourselves, see what you guys are thinking. Really looking to hear what you guys have to say. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications so you can stay up to date on the release of the RX6000 and the launch of the RTX 3070 and everything else that I'm putting on the channel. So be sure to stay tuned.